Solopreneur Coach. What makes for a good coach? We're going to hit that. As entrepreneurs and business owners, we know that if we have a clear plan, anything becomes possible. And if you can have a clear plan, a clear process to create that plan, and a way to create clarity with your partner or spouse, you can drive to amazing heights. So if you're thinking of starting your solopreneur career and you're looking for a coach, right on. We're going to go through and we're going to talk about what makes for an ideal coach and somebody who's going to be able to help you. The primary thing that you're looking for, number one, whenever you're working with a coach, is is this somebody I trust and I can believe in? Does this person have the experience that's going to help me be successful and launch my business, get to that next level? So I'll give you a little bit about me. I started my first of 16 companies when I was 19, 56 now. I built them, bought them, sold them, wrecked them. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people get through the process, start their businesses, grow, scale. I've helped multiple companies have 10 and 20 time growth, as well as some companies that have actually gone from entrepreneurial all the way to billion-dollar market caps. So for me, I love doing this and I love helping people. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be a great coach for everybody, and I get that. So when we start talking about fit, to me, it's really, really important. What I mean by fit is this person going to be somebody, A, that you trust, and B, is going to meet you where you're at? Are they going to be curious? Because if you have somebody who's just trying to shove something down your throat and tell you this is the way you do everything, maybe that works, maybe that's what you're looking for, but it's probably not necessarily going to be the best thing. So it's one of the reasons I wrote my book, the best-selling The Aspiring Solopreneur, but it's to help people very safely transition from an existing business into a private business. I've helped people, literally in the seven-figure realm, where it helps people transition. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in that space, but you can start small and transition into it. But when you start thinking about it, being curious, making sure that your coach is like, so help me understand, what are your motivations? Why are you looking to do this? And they're going to be able to call you out on it. I look at success. I've helped write hundreds of business plans. And to me, sometimes success means that somebody decides, nah, I'm not going to do it. Holy smokes, that's a win. That means that they avoided going down a path where maybe they would have lost their life savings, maybe had marital challenges, all sorts of things. I want to make sure that when people choose to jump, they're going to be very, very successful and very safe when they do it. So first off is somebody who's curious. Second, who's going to meet you where you're at. Help try and understand it. If you have somebody that comes across as arrogant, don't work with them. If the smartest words anybody can ever say is, dude, I don't understand what those words mean. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. I've worked with some incredibly smart blue-collar guys who didn't understand what a balance sheet or P&L was, but they could tell you exactly all the money they had in their business accounts in different areas. They were brilliant, but they didn't understand those words. So make sure that you have, if you're working with somebody who's not gonna talk down to you. Second is make sure, if you can, that you've got whoever you're talking with as a coach has at least some experience. They don't have to have a ton, but at least some experience in the space you're looking at. If you're looking to jump into creating a financial planning business and this person has no idea what that means, well, maybe they can have value, but maybe they're not going to. So make sure you look at that in other ways, or not in other ways, but be curious. Make sure you remember to interview. You're interviewing these people and you're looking for somebody who has that experience in those different ways. The next thing is making sure that you have somebody and a coach who's willing to challenge you. If your coach agrees with everything you say, that to me is a red flag. I like to use the statement that I have to be 100% prepared to get fired every time I show up. If I'm not willing to call somebody out because I see a blind spot, then they shouldn't hire me and they shouldn't pay what I charge, and I charge a lot. They need to make sure that they're comfortable. Are you comfortable that this person is going to go, no, sorry, Jane, I don't understand that. Help me understand that. I think that might be a blind spot. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to be a dick about it, but I'm going to be very direct and candid with that. And I think when you're looking for those coaches to help you with that, it's really important. And the last thing is going to be somebody who's going to help hold you accountable. And there's a variety of techniques. But if somebody's always letting you get away with yourself, oh, I tried this, I'm thinking about it. I don't even let people have negative language when we're talking. I will call people out if they say, oh yeah, well I'm gonna try and do this, and then I hope to do that, and maybe I'll do this. I invest in a fair amount of companies, and I won't even invest, I won't invest with that company, because that person is giving themselves permission to fail. And I don't want to be associated with that. I want to make sure that people know that I'll call them out. I'm not just going to throw them to the curb. But I'll be like, hey, what do you think of this? And usually people are like, wow, there is a mind shift involved. This person, this coach is going to help me transition in that mind shift. So with this, there's a variety of tools out there. But it's why I wrote my book, and it's why we built the entire course. We have a whole online course that is a self-paced, filled with videos that very, very safely helps you go through and define what success looks like, identify and build your idea, build an amazing team of advisors, both internally and industry, at almost no cost. Very safely figure out how you're going to launch your business. And in most cases, it ends up being a no-brainer. People think, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I got to go all in. It's going to be crazy, I hope it works. That is not the way to do it. Of the 16 companies, one didn't work out. And that's because I got clobbered by Google because, well, it doesn't matter. But it means though that most entrepreneurs are less risk takers than people think. It's a calculated risk. But when you choose to go through and do the effort in advance, you can very, very safely transition from working for somebody into working on your own as a solopreneur in a very, very safe manner. Make it to where it becomes a no-brainer. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out directly at aspiringsolopreneur.com. Leave a comment here, and we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other videos. You got any questions or comments? Right on, reach out. Keep smiling.